Fire Escape Academy inspector training video. Here's a rare case, an all aluminum replacement fire escape. We're here in Manchester, New Hampshire, and we're looking at an all aluminum replacement for a fire escape. Some of the right things, some of the wrong things that we're going to try to find on this fire escape. And necessarily we don't have to find any wrong things, but it's good to talk about an all aluminum fire escape and why some people sometimes use them, and what you still have to do on some of these in order to maintain these fire escapes. First of all, let's talk about aluminum. Aluminum is non-corrosive, so it's not going to rust. So that's why a lot of people will build an all aluminum fire escape, and at great cost, because the cost of aluminum is much higher than the cost of steel. Okay, a couple things you have to concern yourself about. Aluminum does oxidize. So like copper oxidizes, steel oxidizes, aluminum will oxidize over time also. So there is a lifespan on the aluminum that you have to slow down the oxidization process. So one of the recommendations that you would make is you'd get a primer that is good for aluminum, and then you'd prime. You'd seal all the joints, because that will help in the oxidization process. And then you'd paint it the color of choice. Got to make sure that you have no metal that is steel combos, because two dissimilar metals will start oxidizing. So somebody has already started putting a metal bracket on an aluminum fire escape, and believe it or not, there will be some oxidization at that joint, and it'll eat through. There's a chain on there. That chain is made of metal. That chain is already oxidizing where it's meeting the aluminum. So you got to make sure that you use stainless steel. So a lot of times the bolting on a fire escape that's made of aluminum is stainless steel. Look at the joint. The cantilever is a drop cantilever. There is no release arm on this cantilever, so this thing is not properly balanced. Because what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to release this cantilever, and it's supposed to drop 2 to 3 feet per second. As you can see inside this box is the weight, which is great. So if that weight ever lets go, it's not gonna hurt anybody because it's trapped inside that weight. But the rest of that weight mechanism looks like it's the original weight mechanism, and it's made of steel. So those pulleys must be greased. That cable looks like original cable. It's still the old original cable. I would switch that out. It looks pretty rusty to me. Because there's no release mechanism on this, if that cable ever lets go, this entire staircase will come down and crush somebody on the head. Not hurt somebody on the head, it'll crush somebody on the head. So you're supposed to have a release arm so that in case there's cable failure, the release arm holds this cantilever up in the air, and only when released does it drop 2 to 3 feet per second. So the release arm is a backup system in case the cable fails. Doesn't have one on here. Otherwise, this is a brand new system. I can't find anything structurally wrong with it. It's properly tied into the building. It looks like it was epoxy bolted back into the building. So the way it was attached, the way it's looking, everything looks good on this fire escape. But the cantilever has no release arm, which is standard industry requirement on one of these. Otherwise, what has to happen is somebody has to walk out 2 to 3 feet per second. And I'm looking down there, there's another cantilever down there. I'm just trying to see if that one has a release arm. And I don't see one on that one, so that I can show you as an example. But otherwise, listen to what has to happen. If this is a theater or whatever this may be, the people have to come out. A bunch of people have to walk out 5 to 8 steps, tell everybody else behind them to wait. And as they're sitting here, their weight counteracts the weight balance in the front, and they start dropping, not at 2 to 3 feet per second, maybe 5 to 10 feet per second. That drop plus the impact on the floor will throw some of the people down the stairs. And once there's enough people off the stair, it'll pull itself back up, waiting for the next group of people. That's not how it works. You're supposed to release it. It's supposed to drop 2 to 3 feet per second, hit the ground, stay down, and people self-evacuate out of this building. And when the firemen arrive 1 minute later, 10 minutes later, or an hour later, the fire escape is in a down position and they can go into the building and fight the fire. So on this brand new fire escape, aluminum fire escape, the only thing wrong with it that you would write a structural violation is that it does not have a release arm and the cantilever is not balanced, even though this looks like a brand new fire escape. If you have any questions on this inspection video or any other inspection video you've seen, give us a call at 866-649-0333. Visit our website, fireescapeengineers.com. And to look at more videos like this all around the country, visit YouTube channel Fire Escape Academy Inspector Training, and this and many other videos are there. We can also help your city with a fire escape awareness program. We can send you free industry standard confidence tests, tags, load test criteria, as well as repair procedure criteria for any and all fire escapes.